Hello friends, I am Shubhi Singhal from VIT Law School, Chennai, and today in my presentation I would be dealing with performance management and its role in HR. First of all, the important question is, what is performance management? Performance management is an ongoing process of communication between a supervisor and an employee that occurs throughout the year in support of accomplishing the strategic objectives of the organization. The communication process includes clarifying expectations, setting objectives, identifying goals, providing feedback, and reviewing results. A simpler definition to performance management could be the management of employees, departments, organizations to ensure that goals and objectives are being reached efficiently and effectively. Now, it is very important to know the objectives of performance management. That is why we need to know why performance management. To enable the employees towards achievement of superior standards of work performance, to help the employees in identifying the knowledge and skills required for performing the job efficiently, as this would drive their focus towards performing the right task in the right way, boosting the performance of the employees by encouraging employee empowerment, motivation, and implementation of an effective reward mechanism. Further, creating a basis for several administrative decisions, strategic planning, succession planning, promotions, and performance-based payment. Promoting personal growth and advancement in the career of the employees by helping them in acquiring the desired knowledge and skills, identifying the barriers to effective performance, and resolving those barriers through constant monitoring, coaching, and development interventions. Promoting a two-way system of communication between the supervisors and the employees for clarifying expectations about the roles and accountabilities, communicating the functional and organizational goals, providing a regular and a transparent feedback for improving employee performance by continuous coaching. Phases of performance management. The first phase is setting standards to employee performance. Supervisors shall meet with the employees, set standards regarding their employees' performance, specify how employees' actual performance will be measured and their success determined, and impact to them an understanding of how meeting these standards will contribute to the achievement of the organization's mission. Next, keeping a track on performance. Superiors are expected to use appropriate techniques to support employee efforts to meet or exceed their performance expectations. The process of meeting the standards by the employee shall be measured, reported, discussed, and documented throughout the work cycle. Third is addressing poor performance. When an employee performance falls below expectations at any time during the performance cycle, the supervisor shall document the performance that falls short of the standards. The document will specify the performance problem, the steps to be taken to improve performance, the consequences of failure to improve, and follow-up data. A corrective action plan shall be considered successful only if it actually improves the performance of the employees. Fourth is supporting employee development. Many employees may express interest in growing their current positions within the organization. Supervisor should help them prepare an individual development plan. Helping with the transitions. Transitions, when employees move into or out of their positions, is known as transitions. Relevant performance information shall be communicated in a timely way by the superior to the employees. Now, moving on to types of performance evaluation. First one is numerical scale rating method. In numerical scale rating method, it is very simple. This is one of the most widely used systems and tends to be highly effective. It allows employees to measure and it allows employers to measure employee performance on a plethora of areas such as teamwork, communication, skills, and reliability. This commonly involves rating individuals on a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 10 scale, with lower number being unsatisfactory and a higher number being satisfactory. Really well or something requiring improvement. For example, you might record an instance of a stressful situation an employee outshined and exceeded expectations. On the other hand, you might record a session's mistake an employee made that determined to productivity and created a lot of lingering problems for a critical incidents evaluation system to be effective. It is important to keep detailed records, and you may want to implement a rating system for increasing objectivity. Understanding the concept behind different types of employee performance evaluations, it allows you to choose which one or combination your business requires. Performance management cycle is a four-way process: plan, do, review, revise. Plan: understanding current performance, prioritizing what needs to be done, identifying the actions that need to be taken, and planning for the improvement. Do: ensuring that the proper systems and processes are in place to support improvement, take action, and manage risk, and helping people achieve better performance. Review: understanding the impact of your actions, reviewing performance, speaking to users and stakeholders about their experience of performance, and getting a better picture of changing its circumstances. Revise: using the lessons learned from review to change your plans or what you do so that future action is more efficient, effective, and appropriate. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more information relating to performance management, please like, share, and comment on the video below.